For full details, including terms and conditions, visit unlock.com/legal. Call 1-888-780-6854 to speak with a representative today. Actor Portrayal. Terms and conditions apply.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How'd you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just give him a call or go to unlock.com.
Call 1-888-780-6854 to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Use the money for home improvements, to pay off debt, or to add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Visit unlock.com. That's unlock.com, or call 1-888-780-6854 now to get started.
I remember waking up with my phone in my hand, emails unanswered, goals unmet. And this one thought just like stuck in my head. It was like, if I'm not producing, then I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. And that's when I realized, man, this hustle culture, man, it ain't just a mindset. It's a cult. And it's a dangerous cult. And I almost gave it my soul. Listen, I had a couple of stretches where I just wasn't building the way, it just didn't feel right? Like things were going up, but it didn't feel right. One was when my coaching practice really started popping, right? I was coaching my own practice. I was coaching for Mento. Things were just going and going and going. And I was starting to try to figure out, like, what if I want to be a full-time coach? How do I do that? And, I was coming together, figuring that out. And I would get into these sessions and I would leave like a 45-minute coaching session and I felt empty. I felt like it drained me. Like it was crazy how much it was draining me, right? And then even another time when, like right before I left Cleveland, I'm volunteering at my church and I'm putting a lot of time into being as obedient as I can be. But I just don't know if I wasn't looking for the right challenges, right? I was doing things and the world was clapping, right? It was working. I was popular, but I wasn't feeling fulfilled. It wasn't moving me in my purpose. So I was feeling more drained, right? And that's when I realized, man, the world will praise you even if you're breaking down, as long as you don't stop moving. And that's like what I see out here all the time on social media. It's like, that's the new economy. I get it. Everybody's trying to get in and trying to get a slice, right? Everybody's trying to either create some kind of comedic, viral sensation on there and post videos. It's dope. It's great. Go for it. But a lot of people are going to run into the same thing I did. A lot of us are going through it. You have to stop and get rest. If you're chasing something that's not your calling or is not tweaked in the right way, it can exhaust you. And then you got to step back and take rest. And sometimes rest feels like guilt, not grace, right? If you were raised like I was and you didn't have like the healthiest lessons about loving yourself and having compassion on yourself, if you had to learn those things as an older adult like me, then you struggle with taking rest and caring for yourself, having grace on yourself, right? A lot of people out here call exhaustion the grind, right? Hustling. They celebrate it like it's a badge. And then when you do that, stopping can feel like failing. Even when sometimes God is the one that's stopping you. He's the one telling you to sit down. Like David said in the 23rd Psalm, he maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He didn't say he invites me to or he asks me to. He makes me lie down. So how can God make me? Well, by draining me, letting me become exhausted. Look, God didn't call you to burn out. He called you to burn bright. So how do we do that? We need boundaries. Fire is dope. Everybody's like, yo, that's fire. That's fire. But fire with no boundaries? That's just destruction. You know, fire can heat your house or it could burn your house down. So you got to know how to control it. Have a boundary. Hustle culture tells you you're the builder. But real faith tells you you're the vessel. And vessels are precious. Hustle culture says control everything. Real faith says surrender everything. I got this. Look, even Jesus rested. He withdrew. He fasted, man. He withdrew away. You have to fast and pray. The Sabbath is a rebellion against slavery. That's where it comes from in Exodus. They created the Sabbath as a rebellion against slavery. Rest is actually resistance. Some of y'all ain't lazy. You just finally listening to God slowing you down. And that voice can feel foreign because hustle has always been louder. It's always been more familiar. It's always been in our ear. In my book, Rare on Purpose, I said you don't earn rest, you're designed for it. I had to learn that lesson the hard way. I had to learn you don't take a vacation because you worked so hard, right? A lot of us feel like that. We're like, man, I worked so hard. I earned this vacation. You don't have to earn a vacation. You already are worthy of a vacation. You're already worthy of a vacation. You are already worthy of pausing and giving yourself some grace. You are already worthy. Look, you're not rare because you grind harder. You're rare because even when you sit still, you're still powerful. Ain't that rare? Look, you can't serve two masters. You either grind for man's approval or you grow in God's image. And God said, lean not on your own understanding. Right? He said, be ye not conformed to this world, but be transformed through what? The renewing of your mind. Renew your mind. Renew it. Where else do we use the word renew? In our subscriptions. It's up. Got to get a new one. Renew the subscription. It's expiring. Renew your mind. You either wear your burnout like a badge or you break the cycle for your kids to see a new model. Think about what your kids are seeing. Yeah, okay, you can put some money in the bank for them, but how about we model what is going to be healthy for them and what they're going to have to go through? The battle is not hustle versus laziness. The battle is hustle versus healing. Hustle versus alignment. And only one of those brings peace. The fact of the matter is you are more than what you produce. You are not a machine. You are not a metric. You're not even your inbox. You're not your followers. You're not your sales. You're not your to-do list. Your to-doist. You know what you are? You are God's idea. His thought made you happen. You are God's poem, his poema, his workmanship. His plan for you doesn't require you to self-sacrifice to succeed. You don't have to erase yourself. You may have to let your ego die and die to yourself, but you don't have to drain yourself. God wants your energy. Look, if this one hits you, sit with it. Don't go run and go do something with it. Nah, don't go do that. Sit with it. Breathe. Remember, you were rare on purpose before you ever had a calendar full of goals. And if you don't have a calendar full of goals yet, you are still rare. IamJFloyd.com. Pick up the book, Rare on Purpose. It's for those who want to build something without breaking themselves.